Do you know someone with breast cancer? Maybe you have breast cancer. Here's what's coming up next. Learn how to never fear breast cancer again. Plus, 7 ways to heal your body. Dr. Veronique Desaulniers, a breast cancer survivor herself, talks about her 7 essential system that she used to successfully treat her breast cancer, not only in herself, but in breast cancer patients all over the globe. Make sure to watch the entire video to discover all 7 essentials and learn how your DNA does not necessarily control your destiny.
So let's look at the 7 essential system real briefly. I could spend a day on each one of these. So we're going to move through rather rapidly. And for an audience like this, you're very educated, you understand the basics. Food is your medicine. It comes down to this. You either get to feed the cancer or feed your body. It's that simple. So when it comes to eating, which diet is the right one? Well, I will say, if anybody tells you that one of these is the only way to reverse disease in the body, run the other way. Because there's no cookie-cutter diet. There's no one-size-fits-all. And I've worked with all of these. I've personally experienced all of these. You have to find out what works for you by monitoring and seeing what works. A few foods that you really need to focus on, as the juice lady spoke about, cruciferous vegetables. And specifically for breast cancer, why is that important? Because they help to turn on the detoxification genes, and they also help to break down the aggressive estrogens in the body. They support phase 2, liver detoxification. And then the deeper we dive into the microbiome, into the gut, we understand that there's so much more. There's an oncobiome now that they've discovered that literally turns cancer genes off and on. There's an estrobolome, which is a set of specific bacteria and genes that help you to metabolize and break down excessive estrogens. Your hormones don't cause cancer. Maybe you've been diagnosed as an ER or PR positive. And traditional medicine wants you to stop hormones because it's driving cancer. That's a myth. Your hormones do not cause cancer. If you have a healthy gut, you're going to be able to metabolize those aggressive estrogens and secrete them from the body. So that was essential number 1. Essential number 2 is to reduce your toxic exposure. We all know we live in a toxic environment. How do we deal with that? Well, if we look at the environmental exposure, the number 1 thing you have to be aware of and concerned about for prostate and breast cancer and many other cancers are what we call xenoestrogens, or chemical estrogens, as a result of pesticides and herbicides, PCBs, plastics. Xenometallogens, again, specific toxic metals that turn on estrogen and progesterone receptor positives in your cells. Essential number 3, balance your energy. We are energetic beings. We are 1/1000th physical matter. The rest is all energy. Our heart. Helen Keller, I love this quote. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or touched. They must be felt by the heart. It's how true. Your heart is like a mini brain. Your heart talks to your brain more than your brain talks to your heart. It produces hormones. It produces magnetic energy, pulsed energy. The magnetic field of your heart can be felt up to 6 feet away. And you notice, for those of you that I've had the privilege to hug, I always hug to the left. It's heart-to-heart hugging, because that strengthens the energy of the body. Essential number 4 is about healing your emotional wounds. And this is always the most difficult one because it's not tangible, right? We're good at doing pills and therapies and coffee enemas and all those things that work. but we don't take enough time to heal this. And that was a big, big piece of the puzzle for me when I was going through my healing journey, because I was a good stuffer. Oh, everything's fine, I'm great, life is good, but inside, I was crying and I was stressed and I was dying, but I had to put on the happy face for everybody, right? Women can relate to that. We're the caregivers, caretakers for everybody. But in order to heal your body, you have to heal your thoughts as well. Because if you have that inner conflict, guess what? It's going to be very challenging for you to heal. Because if you keep doing the things you've always done, you're going to get the same results. So it's about change, and change is not easy. But change is part of the process. It's part of the transformation. Cancer is a message of love. It's a message to get you to start doing the things that bring you more joy and stop doing the things that bring you pain. Dr. Carl Simonton, great book written in the 80s. Cancer is a message of love. Because if you don't change, stress has been shown to be the most potent carcinogen. You can protect yourself from all the toxins, but if you're not protecting your body from stress, guess what? You will not get well and stay well. Biological dentistry is number 5, and I won't spend a lot of time on this because Dr. Nunnally did a great job this morning. But basically, mercury in the amalgams is classified as a metalloestrogen. Your dentist never told you that. The fillings, silver fillings he's putting in your mouth has mercury, and mercury stimulates estrogen production in the body and mimics estrogen. Essential number 6 is to repair your body with therapeutic plants and herbs. And again, I can spend a whole day on this, but I'm just going to hit a few highlights, and I'm going to make a special offer for you so you can dive deeper into that. According to the National Institute of Health, 65% of cancer patients use complementary alternative methods. That's a lot of people. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of publications and studies that prove that evidence-based natural medicine works. Go to pubmed.org and do your research. All right, so let's move on. Essential number 7, adopt a very early detection. Now what you're looking at is the thermogram. Mammograms, according to this 25-year Canadian study with over 90,000 women, did not reduce breast cancer mortality rate, not by 1%. They found that it was just as effective as a breast self-exam. Thermography is amazing, painless, no radiation, can detect things at a very, very early stage. There are specific blood markers as well that your traditional doctor will not tell you about. Enox-2 protein that is produced only by cancer cells. If it's in the blood, that means you're developing cancer. The RGCC test, which can determine which substances are most effective for you. You can test for nagalase in the blood. Remember, cancer cells produce nagalase that puts the immune system to sleep. You can do genomic testing, DNA testing, to see what your weaknesses are, and you can work with those weaknesses. Your DNA does not cause your destiny. You can change that gene expression.
So, how did you like this video? I hope you learned something new. Please take a second to let us know in the comment section below. And stay tuned for our Truth About Cancer live events coming up and free broadcasts. Be sure to click this link. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy.